Hey guys, my name is Brad with B3 Customs, and today I'm going to be walking you through the install of our 3rd Gen 4Runner cargo light kits. So here are the tools necessary for today's install. We're going to be using a clothes hanger to feed some wire, a trim tool, 10mm socket, heat gun is optional, a Phillips head screwdriver or an impact, and of course a light kit. Alright, so here we have everything laid out from what's included in the kit. So first things first, we're going to take our trim tool and pop out our factory dome light. Take our trim tool, pop off this plastic cover, and remove these 4 screws. Once you get these screws removed, go and unplug it, move it to the side, and start taking off this trim piece. Now you're going to remove this 1 screw, like that, pop out the plastic pieces, and repeat this step on the other side. Next step, we're going to be removing this wire loom. So go and peel back this rubber, and push in these plastic clips, and it should pop right out. And do this on the bottom side as well. Now we're going to be working on taking off this rear hatch piece. So you take your trim tool, pop this out, take your 10mm socket, and remove this 1 bolt. Get your trim tool in there, start popping out these clips all the way around. And then once you do that, go ahead and slide it forward and let it drop. Like so. Now we're going to take your 10mm socket and remove these 9 10mm bolts. Now you're going to find there's 3 white clips, so go ahead and remove those, get this last one out, and let this hang. Now that we have everything prepped for routing the wires, I'm going to walk you through how this harness works. So this is how it comes in your kit. Cut your zip tie, put this to the side. And so here you have your power hookups that go into the factory dome light. You have this, which is going to get routed along the side here into the supplied rear power panel. Then you have these 2 that go to each window, this one that goes to the rear hatch. What you're going to do is remove your OEM cigarette lighter. Got rid of mine, so this will work. And now you're going to take a Phillips head, remove this. So first thing we're going to do is route our 2 shorter wires. So we're going to tuck it under this little rubber piece right here, so it gets tucked up out of the way. Pull it through, and then tuck it to the window. Leave some of it hanging out like this, and do the same thing to the other side. Same idea, tuck under this so it stays out of the way. Pull some slack through, like so, and then tuck it through this quarter panel. Pull some slack through, and you're ready to do your lights. For the long rear hatch wire, tug it up through this little grommet and pull it through. So now what you're going to do is take your clothes hanger, feed it through this rubber grommet piece, have it come out the other side. Now that you have this fed through, you're going to take your long wire, throw some electrical tape around it. Do a generous amount so it doesn't come undone. I also like to throw some on this front clip to get rid of the hard edges. All right, so now that this feels pretty good, go and throw some lubricant on there. Just go and feed it into the harness as well. Go on from the bottom. Now we're just going to start working our way through this. So kind of start working it from both sides. Don't let it come undone. Just keep working at it. This is a bit of a patience testing job, but just got to keep working at it. I like to pull up the loom and then pull on this wire at the same time to try to help it get it threaded through. So after you test your patience with these, go ahead and pull up the slack. Try not to pull too much. And then you're going to feed your wire through this little gray piece. Like so. Once you have this wire fed through this gray piece, take your little clothes hanger and start threading it this way. You're essentially gonna be routing it here. Should pop out somewhere over here. Once you get this wire hanger fed through, you're gonna go and do the same tape method on these. I always like to do a generous amount just to be safe. Put some on the front. And start working it through. Now that we have this through, we're gonna take this wire, tuck it under the window track so it does not get in the way, and then through this hole right here. Now we're gonna take this black piece, put it back up, take this rubber grommet, put it in this hole, and get all the holes lined up. Start throwing back all your screws. Gonna wrap this wire out the side and start tightening all these down. Careful not to strip the plastic threads. Work your way around. After the rehash, just reverse the process, move it down from the top, and then get your clips in. Have this little wire hang out right here. Tuck it in so just the wire looms out. Line up all your clips. Make sure this wire in here is out of the way. Work your way around. We're gonna throw the strap back in. Don't flip the threads. And throw this little plastic cover back on. And you're good to go. The best way to do this is to get this little rubber grommet over this gray piece first. Work it all the way around. And then go and press it in. Do the same thing on this bottom side. So now if you have a dual color light kit, you're gonna run your 3-way switch wires down this quarter panel and come out where the cigarette lighter goes. Now that you have it come out the bottom, same tape method with these 3-way wires. Once we have these all taped, it's coming out the bottom, start routing it through. Preparation for these LED strips, we're going to wipe down all the mating surfaces. Make sure they're free of debris or any dirt. So one thing I like to do with these LED strips is either heat it up with a heat gun or leave it out in the sun for a little bit until this plastic shielding is more pliable and the adhesive gets more sticky. So when heating it up, be careful not to leave it in one spot for too long. Just kind of work your way around and not get anything too burnt. Go and remove the sticky tape and start your adhesion. Line it up where you see fit. Go right there. You work your way down the strip. Go and finish your adhesion and give it some pressure. You're going to repeat the process on the other side. You're going to do this once more on the rear hatch. So get it centered. So now you're going to go and plug it in and tuck away your slack and throw in the final clip. Same thing on this side. Unplug it in, tuck away your slack. Once more on this side. All right, go throw this back in. All right, so now you're gonna throw these wires through this hole along with this clip and route these wires around any clips so they don't have anything in the way. All right, so for the power hookup, we went ahead and removed our dome light so we can show you a little easier. So what you're gonna do is pop out your existing dome light, like so. Take your power hookup. We're gonna put the red wire on the same side as the plug. So all you do is push it in right here, make sure it's secure, and you're good to go. If this doesn't work, feel free to switch the orientation. Now that we have our power hookup, before you test your lights, you need to plug in this factory plug. Then you'll also notice there are 4 screw holes. These are grounds, so you need at least one of these screws to be in for your lights to function. Once you make sure all these screw holes are clear of wires. Now that that's live. Okay, now that we have all these screws screwed in, we should have power to this dome light. Don't be concerned that your lights aren't on yet. We are now going to wire our 3-way switch. So how this is gonna work, we're gonna take the red, put it to the outer edge, like here. Black is going to go to the middle, spade. Yellow is going to go on the far left. Once we have these, we can go and test our lights. Position 1 is white light. Position 2 is red light. So now that we have this 3-way switch wired in, we're going to wire in our rear power panel. So with our plug and play spades, they only fit one way, like so. And then go ahead and route these wires in, and it's a pressure fit system. So now in order to give the rear power panel constant power, we're gonna go to our factory fuse box, find the power outlet relay, pull it. We're gonna pull out this relay, and with the supply jumper, with the dual spade connectors, take them to these bottom positions. Push it in. Power on switch, and we now have constant 12-volt power. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the install video. Please feel free to email us or shoot us a DM if you have any more questions. Thank you.